Yo,
what up?
What's up? Happy Thursday, everybody. Yo, what's up? Can y'all hear me? I feel like I was a little mellow just now.
Nah, you good? What's good, yo?
Good. Everybody had a good week so far?
Yes, yes.
Sounds good. Y'all excited about tonight?
I am.
See, you got your Nas part going on. Hat to the back, up in the corner. I see y'all.
You see it? You see it?
I'm gonna give him a little bit to get up in here.
And you got the leopard on. I see you with the leopard.
Not leopard. It's like little leaves, little blue leaves.
Oh well, I need glasses. See, there you go. I'm going to the eye doctor next week. I need a new prescription.
Okay, I like that. Grown black men going to the doctor saying about their health. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I want everybody to everybody who's in here, y'all coming in tonight. I see y'all. I appreciate it. I want y'all to take a little minute to share this broadcast. It's gonna be a good one tonight. Before we start, I want y'all to get a little bit of shares in. Everybody good though. I'm so happy to see.
That's right. Everybody, please share.
But anyway, yo. I think we gave them enough time to get in. We got some great ones in here. Hi to everybody. It's another day, y'all. Tonight's the night, and it's the second season of Root Access Live.
Yeah.
Back and better than ever.
Back and better than ever.
Yep. Happy Thursday and welcome everybody. We are your hosts. I am Coco. I got my brothers with me, Mr. Root and Jinx. We got another dope show for y'all tonight. We're going to touch on the Carter's new yacht. We're going to say farewell to the Kardashians, the new versus battle, and all that's causing and more. But we warned y'all about season 2 and how fire is going to be, and you better believe we did not come to disappoint y'all. So tonight we got a special guest, an artist, a prophet. I like to call him the bishop of social media, Mr. Larry Reid.
I love that. The bishop of social media. When he gets in here, you're gonna pay us for that, Reid. All right, because we know you may get a T-shirt. Absolutely bishop of social media, something like that.
Okay, all right, plug that. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Let's go through the social media drill real quick, though. If you're here, if you're new, welcome, and please like and subscribe to all our platforms at Root Access Live. Hit the share button if you just came in. Hit the share button. But with all that being said, y'all ready? Ready to go?
Ready. Let's go. Let's go.
We're going to get to your favorite portion of the show. We're going to start it off with what's on your feet. Who's going to go first?
Ladies first.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right. I can do that. Well, like I said, for those of you who don't know, I've been out of work for about 6 months now, and I have to get back into the office setting and dressing in my, what do you call it? Casual dress. So I got to go back to start wearing heels. And today, like I said, he thought I had on leopard, but I don't. It's actually yellow and blue. So I'm off the blue booties.
Okay.
So, that's how I'm doing mine today, getting myself back to the thing of wearing heels and back into the office setting.
Very nice. I'm not mad at those.
Appreciate you, fellas. Let's go, bro.
I just want y'all to know how much I actually love both of y'all because
here we go.
For the GOAT is right now. So the GOAT's playing right now. And so
wait.
I love you.
They doing a classic NBA ESPN classic, the GOAT, Michael Jordan?
No, this is a live classic right now with LeBron. It's live.
The Billy GOAT. I got it. The Billy GOAT. Got you.
So I'm gonna let you live on this because we got a bunch of things to talk about tonight. I'm not gonna destroy you in front of everybody like I always do tonight.
Oh God.
So but in respect of the GOAT, we brought the bronze back out because we about to make sure we handle business tonight. So I just wanted you to understand what was going on.
Thank you, Lisa.
Here you go.
I mean,
thanks, Tanya.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna just let him be great. I mean, he thinks LeBron is, and I love LeBron. LeBron is my number 2 guy. But we all know.
Looks like Jordan's my number 2.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to make your number 1 your number 2, it's clearly you didn't do that well in math.
That's old math or new math he doing?
You gotta respect the GOAT. So I have a shoe. This is very basic, but it's the GOAT of tennis. This is the Stan Smith. It's just regular.
I'm definitely not mad.
Not the green, but the blue. It's a classic. You can wear it with anything. I know the old saying goes, white after Labor Day. I usually don't do that, but I think times have changed now.
It's okay.
Just as long as the weather's nice.
You got to pass. Ooh, and they white they like them sheets white, like how
crisp white. I don't play with my white sneakers now.
You know how they coming. Those dope though. What they look black, but you said navy blue. But you can never go wrong with a pair of Stan Smith.
Never go wrong.
Every level. But you know what? While we on the sports subject, real quick, how the Falcons do? I know football season started. I haven't watched it. What the Falcons looking like? Yeah, I'm a Falcons fan.
You and this Falcons nonsense.
What?
We're not talking about the Falcons are trash. They're always going to be trash, and that's just what it is.
That must be her team, though. See, that must be her team.
All jokes aside,
ain't no jokes.
No, chill.
You felt, that's how you felt. That's how you felt.
Well, the Falcons are. They're not a good team. I'm sorry, but they're not. But I appreciate.
They haven't been good since Michael Vick.
For real. They went to the Super Bowl and lost, blew it.
Atlanta Falcons are a good team. Let me tell you that. We have some good players, and we have some players who might need to go. Our quarterback has been looking a little shady in the past few seasons. We've been getting a lot of disappointments, but I'm not going to let y'all go there.
It's not just us.
Kim, don't do that. Kim must be a Giants fan,
and that's right. You're gonna be in misery with us, Giants fans.
It's not just us.
What? All right, you know what? This ain't even a part of the. I'm gonna let them play just a little.
You know how I'm coming, Tanya.
Throwing blood tonight. Right. See, you know what? I'm gonna let the season go on just a little bit. We don't got a preseason, so we can't get a showcase of nothing right now. Everything is what it is. So I'm gonna let a couple of games go by, and we're gonna revisit this conversation in a little.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
You see, I ain't say nothing about the Giants.
Please don't
say
know
what it is.
Please don't say nothing about the Giants. But really, what I really brought that up because I was just thinking, like, when the Redskins cheer, what they gonna say? Go football team.
Oh, Washington football team.
Right.
Washington football team.
It kind of reminds me of like the Coming to America when they were on the scene where they were in the stadium. He didn't know the players, but he was trying to impress the streets.
Yeah.
So that's what it kind of reminds me of. But anyway,
I'm happy to be here.
Right, basically, because that is just a whole mess. The Washington football team, like, I ain't with that. But anyway, let's go forward. Let's just jump right in the pot.
That's the new name. I'm sorry.
What?
That's the new name, Tanya. The Washington football team.
The Washington football team.
That's the name of them.
Their logo is a W.
Yes.
Are you kidding?
No, it's a W.
Yeah.
I don't even want to see it. I'm whatever. Let's just jump right into let's just go into the pot. Jay-Z and Beyonce, y'all. Did y'all see the new yacht? This couple happily enjoyed their Labor Day. I'm telling y'all, they traded in their small yacht in the Hamptons for a mega yacht in Croatia. Not mad.
We speaking of football team, Coco. This yacht is the size of a football field, literally. It's the size of a football field.
I read it has a pool. Actually, I saw the pictures. I looked at the pictures earlier. It has a pool on deck, a theater. It had, I want to say it looked like an escalator up in there to go. It has multiple floors.
8 bedrooms.
Everything you could think of to do is on this boat. And I hope people aren't mad at that at all because I'm sure ain't. Okay.
It's inspiring. $2 million a week. $2 million a week to rent that baby. Wow. It has all the bells and whistles.
Look at that.
Beautiful. Look at it. It's beautiful. It has slides. It comes with jet skis. Any sports thing you need. It has a state-of-the-art gym. 8 bedrooms. Of course, complete with makeup room and
million.
It's crazy
per week,
and it fits all of their staff. You're talking about 35 people on the staff,
35
plus all of their family,
plus their family.
It fits a couple hundred people. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. Big shout out to the Carters. They're doing it big. If you're on vacation, that's how you vacation. That's not how I vacation, but that's how I aspire to vacation.
I don't vacation.
And the thing about it, man, it can happen. These are normal people who aspire to be what they are.
Start tonight.
Everything but
Kim, please don't start Jinx because we already know. And Tahira, you already know how your husband go.
The
You talk about
resident
anything
pastor.
like that, his voice is gonna start changing. And when Reid comes on, he's just like, the
resident
man of God, Jay-Z. Yeah.
Exactly.
Everything but a sanctuary.
Yo, you're not gonna do this.
But I'm glad it doesn't have a sanctuary because the next thing people be like, oh, she only put a sanctuary so you can praise her. It'd be the church of Beyonce. That's why they got a sanctuary.
Well, I
You
wasn't
already know.
mad at all, but hey, look, I don't know, but you know what?
It's dope.
They worked hard for that, and they earned
Black
it.
excellence, man.
Right.
Black
They're
excellence.
both, I mean, like, I'm not mad. They're both cultural leaders. And Beyonce just won the humanitarian award 2020, and guess who presented it to her? Michelle Obama.
Whew.
So,
Must be nice.
They deserve that, you know. I know some people, they're going to have some critics and say, oh, they
Oh,
bought
you know.
$1 million vote, or they spending $2 million. People out here starving. It's a pandemic. But guess what? Don't forget that they also give back to their communities, and they have foundations. So they are able to do what they want to do when they want to do it. Kudos to them. Buy another one. How about that?
And Coco, when you look at it in hindsight, $2 million to them is like $2,000 to us. So what we spend on vacation, it's equivalent. You know what I'm saying?
That's what people have to understand.
That's what people have to understand.
Right.
It's
and
level. It's equivalent.
It's not an every week thing.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And you work hard, you play hard. So
absolutely.
Okay.
Kudos to them.
All right. Well, while we in that light, we want the Kardashians, y'all. They're after 14 years, 20 seasons, 150 episodes. Wow, what a run. I ain't mad at
that's
them.
a run.
I've
That's
been
a run.
off the Kardashian
wagon.
They're going off the air, y'all. What do y'all think about that? How do y'all feel about that, y'all?
I mean, it doesn't faze me per se because I wasn't really into the show. But what I will say is when you talk about longevity, I mean, 150 episodes. I mean, that means that their ratings were to the point that they continue to, be, picked up and they continue to be renewed.
Right.
I mean, that's huge. That's big time. And when you think about where they started and what it came from, that's huge, huge. Right. So big ups to them. Big ups to them. They took where they were and made themselves famous.
Yeah. My wife is like, bye. She really doesn't like them. I was a fan of the show. I guess because what I do, I'm kind of always enamored by, stuff and shows like that just to kind of see the evolution. But again, to see where they started from, the fact that they're leaving on their own terms and they're pretty much leaving because they say they're more valuable on social media than showing the world their lives each and every week. That's huge. That's a huge statement.
That is. And
that's a huge statement.
Between Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian, they have two of the highest followed accounts on Instagram, period.
Yes. Kim has 188 million followers. She has more than Beyonce. 188 million followers. So can you imagine everything you tweet? I mean, everything you put on your IG or whatever, or tweet, because she has millions upon millions of Twitter followers as well. That's a ready-made audience right there.
But this is why she gets paid so much money for advertising on Instagram.
They changed the game with Snapchat. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now.
They changed the game.
Snapchat. Their influence is like off the roof. That platform became like so. Snapchat,
I mean,
platform for most celebrities now because of their influence.
And I mean, we got to keep it a buck. All from a sex tape. I mean, we didn't really. I knew her name. I knew the Kardashian name because of her father, because he was a lawyer. OJ Simpson, exactly. But I didn't know anything about her until after the sex tape. But her mother was smart. She made that work for them, and that's how they were able to broker a show. And then from that, comes clothing line, store, makeup, and all of that stuff.
The way she met Ray J too, though, was because remember she used to work for Paris Hilton.
Yes, and she was best friends with Brandy.
Yeah, that's how she really got into it, and then the sex tape just was like boom. And her mother, like you said, she capitalized off of them. Bad. Moving right along. Dude, the verses. How about this, yo? The next verses is coming up. Patti LaBelle versus Gladys Knight.
I'm so excited about this.
Dope. This is gonna be epic. I do have my reservations, though. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
What are your reservations?
Okay, all right. Hear me out. Hear me out. It's gonna be dope. We're gonna have a lot of followers, but I don't think the viewership is gonna be as high because the
Oh.
people,
Probably not.
and I'm just saying that because like I know my grandmother, my dad's mother, she loves Patti LaBelle, but she's not watching that on Instagram. So
Okay.
we're just like now we're just in it for the culture. It's gonna be so dope. But
Can I say something?
Absolutely, go ahead.
So, and you know what? I didn't even really think about that, Coco, but you're right. And again, I knew the Brandy Monica was going to be the biggest just because of the story behind those two. This one is definitely not going to be as big as that. But however, they both have a huge gay following.
Really?
Especially Patti LaBelle.
Oh,
yeah. And I'm not even trying to be funny.
From the dude in the Patty Pies.
I mean, just that, but especially Patty, their following is heavily populated by the LGBT community. So they will be out in large numbers watching this versus. So we may have probably at least 500,000. I'm thinking.
But I'm thinking. I mean, I'm here for it no matter what. Right. There ever doesn't have social media. That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was saying, Tanya. Like I said, my grandmothers, they know what's going on, but they're not about to log on and do all that. Like
yeah, but that makes sense. I mean, my grandmother, you got to think they're both 76 years old. Exactly, so your point is very valid. However, my grandmother has an iPhone. My mother has an iPhone. My mother's in her 60s. My grandmother's in her 80s. Mm-hmm. But my grandmother has a phone and she's gonna watch from her phone. So you do have some, older people who can. You don't sleep on the old folks.
No.
They got their phones.
My mother's mother, she's probably watching us right now. But I'm saying my father's mother is not. Yeah. Like she has a smartphone, but I don't think she has an Instagram account. You understand what I'm saying? Like
my mom, if my mom had Facebook, she would be watching us, and she's in her 60s.
See, yeah.
So your mother doesn't watch?
She doesn't have Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
She doesn't have Facebook. She's not into social media. As a matter of fact, when everything that I do is on social media, she's like, "Baby, can I watch it?" I'm like, "I mean, you got to get on social." I'm not getting on nobody's social.
So no YouTube or nothing.
Nothing. I mean, she'll log on to YouTube, but she's not gonna be like, "Oh, I'm watching it on." No.
Wow.
We got to work on that.
I guess it depends. Yeah. I guess it depends, man. I guess it depends.
If it is on YouTube, I could send her the link, and then she would kind of just hit the link and watch it
from her phone. Okay.
Yeah. From her phone.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be epic, man. I think it's gonna be epic. I'm looking forward to it. They are legends in the game. They have huge catalogs, and talking about just reinventing yourself. You talking about the Patty Pies. You talking about they're both actresses. With A Different World, Out All Night. Gladys was living single. She was the mom and living single. Right. Yes. Like their careers are long. They both look amazing. They both still performing. Like they're in their 40s and 50s.
Right. My boy is the drummer for Patty, and he's all over the place with her. I mean, nonstop.
Who? Cedric?
Cedric, yes.
Yeah.
He was like, Kel, I stay on the road with Patty.
Yeah, stay on the road. Patty stay on the road, bro.
I'm not talking about domestically. I'm talking about internationally.
Oh yeah, and I saw Gladys, and Maxwell in Atlantic City, and she opened the show, and amazing, man. That the songs that they have stand a test of time. Gladys has literally been singing really professionally since the age of 5. She won a major show, and it was televised at 5 and 6 years old. So you're talking about 70 years that she's been in the business.
That's huge.
Like that's huge. That's huge.
I have an unpopular opinion, but the reality of this is I prefer Anita Baker and Gladys Knight over
Patty and Gladys.
Yeah, no, it's a toss up for me between Anita and Gladys. I just love the tone of their voices more than I do. Nothing against Patty. Patty is amazing. She's great, but just for me,
as far as matchup, I got you.
Yeah. Just for tone, I just prefer. But listen, Patty's she is definitely one who has paved the way for everybody, not just female, for everyone in the music, in the R&B industry. You can't you can't say Patty didn't influence you. It's just
No, you can't. No,
And
you can't. You can't.
their voices have not changed a bit. Don't forget, Patty just did a season of The Masked Singer and was amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Gladys did as well. Who
Yes.
did the season before?
Yes.
So they're still very much relevant, and that's the thing. I think that's what people will watch as well because they have a whole new audience. From even the Masked Singer, you know what I'm saying? They gained a new audience.
Yeah. Oh, but dude, you know what? Why you said that Anita Baker? I would think Anita Baker and like Stephanie Mills, though. Honestly.
Well, when I said Anita, that's a great one too. But when I said
That's
Anita, I was talking more so about the tone of her voice. It's a softer, raspier tone. Patty is like a brass. If you know talking about music, Patty's like a brass. She gonna hit you with it, and she gonna climb the scale on you, and you know you're gonna have a great time. But I'm just talking about that soulful, low key, laid back vibe. That's more my thing. That's why I prefer Anita and Gladys.
So the thing about these battles, though, it's more so about the songs. It's
Very
about
good
the
point.
Hits. It's about the hits. So, you know, the voice to voice, it may, you know, I hear what you're saying, but it's about the hits because if we were to do like the voice for voice, you at some point you may fall asleep. Like, oh Lord, it's too mellow. So, but it's about the songs, man. That's what everybody's on social media. Patty's gonna drag Gladys. Oh, Patty, you know what I'm saying? But it's about the songs.
Anita
and Sade would definitely, and I love both of them. I'm a Sade.
I'm gonna put that on when I'm
John
ready.
Murray
to
hates
down.
Sade, but again, that will you'll be sleeping at the verse.
Yeah,
he'll be like,
nah.
Listen, our guest just popped up. So I want to bring him on.
Let's go.
Let's roll.
Come on, Root, do your thing.
There we go. And I knew he was gonna have on black.
Yeah,
This is why
we called it.
black.
We called it.
Yeah.
He is the undisputed king of social media, absolutely. He is what would you call him, Coco?
The
He's
bishop of social media.
The bishop of social media. That's right.
I couldn't say king or queen because you get busy in the church world. I said bishop.
He's the bishop of social media. My friend Larry Reid is here with us today. What's up, Reid?
What's up, man? What's going on with y'all?
How you doing?
Joining us tonight. It is a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Yeah, this is the first. I know Hassan, but I didn't know Jinx and Coco. But it's nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, man. So Reid, we want to talk. Of course, we want to get into the interview with you, but we want to talk some hot topics with you at first. So what do you think? I guess what's our first topic, Coco? Are we talking about Trump?
Yeah, I want to talk about Trump because that was in order. So what do you think about Trump? Let's just say this, y'all. Donald Trump has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. Now, I took the liberty to go and find out and get the definition of Nobel Peace Prize. And the Peace Prize shall be awarded to the person who in the preceding year shall have done the most or the best work for fraternity between nations, for the abolition or reduction of standing armies, and for the holding and promotion of congresses.
That don't sound like nothing.
That right there.
It's whoever got the money.
Okay.
Whoever got the money, who got the hookup, whoever can call somebody that's on the board to get the Nobel Peace Prize. It has not been authentically the Nobel Peace Prize for years. So that doesn't surprise me. And he's trying to do whatever he can do in order to get that nomination, to win, actually. I don't. I was never one of them type of people that hated Trump. I tend to just think whatever I think. And as relates to Trump, he was entertaining because he's an entertainer and he's a great businessman, even with the bankruptcies. Anybody understand how to use that tool? He was good at what he did. So in my opinion, I really did not hate Trump too much. Now, mind you, I was busy looking into other things, so I didn't see everything he was doing. It really wasn't until 2020 I started paying him some attention. And at that moment, I was like, you know what? This is a whole mess. And especially now that these audio tapes done came out and we hear him February the 7th saying, this thing is incredibly contagious. Children are even dying. And he sent all this stuff February the 7th. And then right behind that, like 2 days later, he said, oh, it's not too much different than the flu. But in that audio, he said how it was more contagious, 5 times more than the flu. This is a integrity issue. I know business is 9 times out of 10, it's more so about the money and how good you can lie and how the smoke and mirrors. But to do that as the president with lives on the line, horrendous, terrible.
Very. I couldn't agree with you more on that.
We also have the audio of him when he's talking to the gentleman who wrote the book, Woodward. He's talking about how, Woodward is admitting to the fact that he has been a recipient or he has gained an advantage because of white privilege. And Trump is literally like, oh my God, you must have really drank the Kool-Aid. White privilege, like he's almost like saying that white privilege doesn't exist.
And
we can talk about that because Trump is on record by saying, when I was getting started in business, my dad gave me a small loan of $1 million. Just that alone lets you know
we're so out of touch.
So out of touch of $1 million.
Well, a whole lot of people, they want to make the privilege thing about, money or about work and how hard you work. They don't want to make it about skin. White privilege is about skin. You got white skin, that's your privilege. It doesn't matter whether you were raised poor. It doesn't matter if you were raised, you had to work hard for what you got. It's about skin color. If your skin is white, you have the privilege because white is right. White gets the favor. And that's what privilege is all about. And whether you were aware of it or not, you benefited from being white.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about. And if you, as a white person, cannot admit that, then you're dangerous.
Yeah.
Even if you don't even know it's something to admit, you're dangerous, and you are also a part of the system that racism is.
The problem.
Yeah, there you go. The problem. Now, Reid, yesterday you posted a video of Tamar Braxton's boyfriend. That was actually the first time I saw that. It was on your page. It was reported a couple days ago that he called the police on her and that she was violent against him. Now it seems like the tables have turned and they're saying it's the other way around, but he went on record to say that is not the case. What do you think about this story? Because I know you've been following it really closely from the time she had attempted suicide. So what do you think about all of this?
Well, when she first committed a suicide, there was somebody that I know that was actually in the hotel apartment building. Ritz, I think it's called. Yeah, and when that transpired, she authentically did, from the outside looking in, try to commit suicide because it's not the first time it's happened before, but it's the first time it was out this public. So I knew about that, but it was the phone call for me that made me side-eyed to say, man, the recorded call between him and the 911. Very strange, but he's a strange man. I'll put that out there. He is a strange man. So how he communicates and how he expresses himself. And if you watch the video from yesterday, you can see that this man's communication and how he talk about stuff. He's a little strange. See, the man just a little bit strange. It may be the difference between his culture and mine, but to me, for a black man, he's real strange. He's very emotional as a straight man, but very emotional and expressive, and then talk too darn much. So which probably it really explains how he can end up with Tamar. Because usually Tamar is around a whole bunch of gay men, So he has all of the attributes of a gay man, but at the same time he's a straight man, So that makes him a little bit of an anomaly, because how he's communicating is a little strange to me. And then I had said from the get up that the way that he was talking on this phone call, it was almost like he was trying to clear himself. And we see the same thing showing up when he was talking on yesterday. It's like he's trying to clear himself. I said, now what in the whole hell and the heaven is really going on with this man? I said, something just don't sit right in my spirit. Something's not right with this man. But I talked to someone, and I can't say their name, because the show coming out this week. So he's really trying. There's a whole lot of things going on at one time. He does not like the way that he's represented and what's coming on TV. But they only saw the first edit. Allegedly, the studio supposed to re-edit and air, but they probably will not do it because it's going to make the ratings go down, and it really makes David look a certain kind of way. Well, David has suffered with his clients since this going on as far as her suicide attempt. So he's trying to get his clients back. He's also trying to make it look like this is more Tamar, and the fact that this time she did hit him, and it's not the first time, allegedly. Then he just took it to the extreme. He tried to beat her to the punch because he knew that she would be using it in order to paint him a certain kind of way. So he went ahead and done it first, and that's the reason why he did the live. That makes him extremely calculating for me. So I do not trust David. I don't care what my inside source that may see this is telling me about him. I don't trust them.
So the fact that he would posted pictures with Lil Logan on the beach the other day make it even more of a motive, huh?
That's too much. 2 years and you doing all that, taking your. First of all, I wouldn't let that's strange. I would not let no man that ain't the daddy take my son off to the beach and I'm not there and posting pictures. That's weird.
Do you think this is publicity, maybe for a show or something like that? Because all of this kind of seems a little calculated to me. Like the whole thing, it sounds like it's a setup for another reality show or of sorts.
And I would believe that too. But being that I happen to know that they are feuding amongst each other because David don't like how he's been presented, and then Tamar went to the network allegedly. I can't believe y'all done that and they popped off. Yeah, WeTV.
Right.
You know, so I would say the same thing, but being that I do know that actually happened, no, I wouldn't say that it's that. But I am going to say that David is calculating and he's trying to save his business. He's abusive and manipulative.
He's trying
now,
to get
when you say abusive, do you mean physically abusive or mentally?
Mentally and emotionally. Mentally and emotionally. Definitely. I mean, he's I hate to stereotype, but I am. Those religious Africans are some of the most manipulative, especially to women. And then he real close to his mom. There's a whole bunch of signs that, because his mama was there in front of him when he was doing the video last night. Like she has passed us up.
Yeah.
I said, this is a whole mess. And it's nice that we get to behold it and watch it. It's entertaining, but it's a shame and a scandal.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that in a long time. A shame and a scandal.
Shame and a scandal. Now,
we're gonna watch it unfold. I know that.
See what now?
We're gonna watch it unfold. I want to see what's gonna happen.
We're gonna watch the show too. I know I am.
Yeah. Another story you're close to, Reid, is this Denise Clark of the Clark sisters. Happy birthday, Denise, by the way. She's 60. What is she? 67 today, I think.
This is today?
Today's her birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
And Reid has been an advocate for Denise Clark throughout this whole this ordeal. And again, like I always tell people, we all have families and we all have family drama. Everybody, it doesn't matter who. This one, because it's in the spotlight, it's out in the open, and we love us, especially in the gospel community. We love us some Clark sisters, but look, they have issues just like any other family. What is your take on this? I know, and because I know you're still a fan of the Clark sisters.
What you talking about? Clark sisters and the Pace sisters, the Walter Hawkins and them, and Thomas Whitfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andre Crouch, all of them.
All of them. Yeah, you grew up singing, and we're gonna talk about that later. Because a lot of y'all know Reid as this, this big personality. But before all of that, he was in Root magazine with these boots on right there. He was a singer. He's a singer and a preacher. I try to tell the people.
And Jason Nelson and watching this and that preacher, I forgot his name, and Brian Woodson. It's a shame y'all let the new artists come up and make all y'all look that bad. Y'all won't dress worth 2 cents. Y'all all look bad. Oh my God. I just reached in my closet right quick and showed up. I said, why they look like this? The man right beside me, which I love him, but look, this is
I'm I'm not playing.
You know what?
Don't you set it up.
Yes,
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
Y'all need some folk to dress y'all. Y'all
Nope.
the artists.
Nope. No, Lisa, get him. Lisa, get him.
Tonight is the night, y'all. I'm
Kendall, get your boy.
here crying. Wait, hold on. Let's not be rude, y'all. We are Root Access Live, and I did notice that some of the folks in the comments saying they are RLers. LRLers. I'm sorry.
It's a bunch of them here. They showed up and showed out.
Right. So welcome. We want to welcome y'all to Root Access Live as well. Now we can get back to our regularly scheduled program. I had to let him cool off a little bit. I need them boots.
Yes, sir. So, Reid, do you think it'll ever be coming back together of the Clark sisters? I mean, that's my hope, that they can come back together and do something with Denise. Yes. Like, to me, that's official. That would be dope. That would shut everything down. It would be sold out everywhere. It'll just be like this kumbaya.
I don't even know. I mean, everything ain't about no dollar. I mean, but money is the answer to all things. I will fake like it's all right, just to get together.
Hello.
Everybody and their mama, including everybody secularly, is going to be there for that moment. That's all kind of money attached to that. You see what happened with the movie? That was all 5 of them.
Yeah.
So that would be all kind of crazy. All right, now get back to what you said. You said I'm an advocate of Denise. I'm an advocate of anybody telling their story whose story matters. And Denise, we heard for years rumors as the truth, and the sisters never bothered to fix it, not saying it was their responsibility to do so. Most of us thought before that day Maddie Moss kicked Denise out because she got pregnant. Most people thought that she was somewhat of a whore. She was the whore of the sisters because she was fashion. She was disobedient. She didn't listen to Maddie, so that God had to move her so the sisters can go higher. That's what we always thought. So, and I always, from a little child, and I don't know if I said this enough, but I remember seeing her disappear from the album covers, and I'm like, I wonder what happened to that chick. And I used to tell my sister, because we used to sing all their songs, and I was like, I wonder what happened to her. Who can sing Denise part? We playing singing and stuff. So I always wondered, and somewhere deep down inside, it's like I knew one day I would get talked to her. And so when that opportunity came, it was like, this was a part of what I was supposed to do. So I stayed on the story, and I will continue to stay on the story. Every time she posts something, she do something I think is noteworthy, or they say something concerning her, I'm going to talk about it, because I think it is a conversation that needs to be had. The truth of the conversation, the truth of the matter is, there are a few things that happened in that family that is noteworthy, and we look up to. Number one, Maddie Moss was married twice. Okay, that's adultery. How does she end up being to the top of the Church of God in Christ, and she's a whole adulterer, according to what we believe and what we teach? They're revising it now. And in the last 10, 15, 20 years, they're revising it now because everybody can't keep their marriage together. But you know how it was.
Come on.
And you, especially in holiness, Larry, you can't do no. See, because that till death do us part. That's in holiness, that's what it is. You ain't going nowhere else.
Right.
Especially the Church of God in Christ. I mean, we know that. But that's not even a conversation, because it's mad.
Right.
That's mad. And we do.
A conversation?
Say it again out.
A conversation.
That's his vernacular.
Yeah, I've always had a habit. I've always had a habit of throwing during in any word, So that it just bled over to the show. Okay, so then that's the main thing as it relates to Denise. So when she went live and basically said, "I want to see my sister," my sisters won't let me see my sister twinking. I looked and I seen 110 views, and I kept looking at it, and it got to 120 views. I said, you know what? Don't nobody know that she even exists. So I snatched the video and put it up on my platform, and millions watched. And so I contacted her, and we were able to secure 4 interviews, and we talked with her. And I hope she'll come out and talk. I did talk to her a few weeks, actually last week, and then a few weeks prior to that. So she is now just, in my opinion, this is not her words. In my opinion, I feel as though she's just now feeling what happened surrounding the movie. She isolated herself from it, which is her pattern, in my opinion, from watching her. Isolate herself from her feelings, isolate herself from the experience or whatever that experience is, run and hide and pull away. But now, because her children are saying, Mom, they're saying this, Mom, what happened when this happened? Now it's got her in the feelings of it. So you're starting to see some postings online of her having certain conversation because she's in the feelings of it. So maybe we'll get an interview out of this, and or either she's gonna go on her own and talk to the public.
Yeah, I have her. I have seen her son, one of her sons, speak about what
yeah.
happened immediately after the movie was shown. So yeah.
Yeah, that's Larry. That's
Larry know who that was. That's Larry.
Yeah, that is the 6th Clark sister. His name is Larry.
Wait, time. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to act like we didn't hear what you just said. Rewind. What did you say? That's the what?
The 6th. I'm not tonight.
Yes,
Reid.
yeah.
Okay.
You're too involved. Sit down and shut up.
Why did you do that?
First of all, I did not originate that. His brother that called into my show, Nicholas, called.
He sure did.
And you ran with it.
I was actually watching when he said it. I couldn't believe it. I said, what?
Boy, I can't stop.
He was too invested. Now, the reality is that he has really been hurt and harmed by what has happened in the family and the relationship with his aunts and things of that nature. You know, he's a little sensitive. He's sensitive. You know, so I ain't gonna, just throw him to the dogs, but he get on my last nerve and he'll lie you. And his wife don't know that he ain't that faithful. But I told Patreon about that. I ain't gonna tell it out here in the publication about how.
Are we doing this?
I'm not gonna tell it, but he just told it. Hey, Reid, why are you moving so much? What are you doing?
My food just got here, and I'm trying to I'm gonna sit still a few more minutes.
Ooh,
You're making me nervous.
you up here cutting up.
I'm just telling her what the truth is. Now y'all have invited me to be somebody else. I know that.
You know we didn't. I think Jinx, you have a question from him for Reid,
Yeah.
right?
So Larry, I gotta be up. So many don't know. I am a pastor. Obviously, you didn't know that, but
okay.
So
I can hear your voice.
It's funny you said it. But
Right.
I pastor right here in Delaware, and I know a little bit of your history in the church. So how did you kind of transition from pastoring for like 20 years to now? I know you have your prayer call, your prophetic call, and I know that you're also close with Master Prophet Jordan. We these are things we know. So
now
how did you make that transition from the pastor to now kind of doing what you do?
Well, if I be 100% honest, I made that transition bumping my head around, making a whole bunch of mistakes along the way because I didn't have no example prior to that. Now, I've always had mentorship and leadership in my life, but that was for my character. But as it relates to what I was doing, the people I always were subject to or under their authority, they never were what I was in gift, in ability, in a totality. Like my mom, she sings. Of course, she's a mentor. My father's a teacher, so he mentored the teacher in me. He's a great dad, a father, so that mentored the father in me. Elijah Forte, he was a strong prophet and had out-of-body experiences and demon knowledge, casting out demons, house cleansing. That mentored me in warfare and in deliverance. But then when it came to business, everything that they were doing, it had a measure of success, but nobody was like the sum total of all of that. All three of them are comedic. Our whole family is. And my mom was a singer. She come out of a group. They got records, but nobody was the totality of everything that I was. And what I began to find out is that when you have an assignment on your life, one thing to have an anointing on your life and the gifting, but when you have an assignment, that assignment comes with a certain group of or gamut of abilities, but then at the same time it also comes with its assignment assassins. And so here I am going between the ability and then the assassin, the ability and assassin, bumping my head around. So when the assignment begins to get clearer now that I'm shifting you back where you started. I started in entertainment, music, radio. That was when I started in the church. I created the choirs, and trained them for in the summer camps with the voices and the musicians. That's what I did. So on my way out of the 20 years pastoring, the last 4 or 5 years, I got back into music. And then I ended up back into radio. Then I got pulled to Atlanta while my church still in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. I'm driving back and forward. Then eventually this all made sense. I knew what I was supposed to do. And God spoke to me and said, in the last few years of the pastoring and the first few years of entertainment, build it from online. I was in worship, sitting beside my then wife, and I turned to her. I said, I know what I'm supposed to do. She said, what are you talking about? I said, I know what I'm supposed to do. And so I went online, and that's how the last 2 years of pastoring, we've done everything online. We will meet here in Atlanta sometimes for a worship and word experience. But the last few years was entirely online. At the same time, I was going online, starting Larry Reid Live. So that's how I got here. But me, on a personal level, I never went away from prayer. I never went away from fasting. I never went away from my personal life and how I live my life. So although how my pulpit changed and where I was doing what I was doing changed, I ain't never changed.
So next question. Thank you for the answer. So I guess the subordinating question is, I think you'll understand the question. Number one, do you still operate in your gifts as a prophet? And then also, do you still look at yourself as someone, I don't know if you want to use the word as a pastor, but as a leader, pushing people or turning people towards the kingdom of God?
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things I knew that I was supposed to do, even being a fool online, was to take those opportunities and drop certain seeds, which I've always done. And what ended up happening, especially more recently in 2020, what ended up happening, I always had people that still looked at me as their spiritual leader, who were still supporting, because the MBN network is the network that's responsible for Larry Live. And it has the entertainment side and the education and empowerment side. The education and empowerment side, that's where we do the prayer on Sunday mornings. And my Patreon, like today, I done a teaching today about the power of community and how community shapes your behavior and your thinking. So that's more empowerment and educational based. Sometimes we do have to go over the receipts from the show, but the main thing is really empowerment, education, and really iron sharpening iron. And some of them call me pastor. They call me their personal prophet. I am their supervising priest. I am the person they come to for advice and instruction. And my mind that I had prior really saw it as polar opposites. But now I understand that it was really just an expansion and an extension. And it was done in a way that nobody could have ever gave me the blueprint for except Father God. So yeah, to answer that question, yeah, I still operate in my gift. If the people will speak up, they'll tell you I'm consistently still charting people's destiny and giving them instruction for their trajectory by the spirit of prophecy all the time.
Okay. With all your titles, I thought you were Dr. Larry Reid. Have you dropped that portion of your name?
Right there at the end of pastoring, I started going by doctor because I was like, I operate in all these different giftings. I mean, at the core, I'm going to always be the Lord's mouthpiece and that he can use, but I said, I don't want to be put in no box. So let's just go by that. That one of my degrees was the doctorate in theology. And so I decided to just go by that. Actually, it was my assistant, Vincent Hill, that said, just go by the doctor. That's a better idea. I said, you know what? That's exactly right. So that's why I started going by that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
I'm glad you mentioned Vincent, because much like this show, you started out with you, Vincent, and Lisa, your then wife.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get to Lisa in a minute. And then something happened, and it was just you. And I'm not gonna lie, because when it was y'all three, when I tell you hilarious, like it was the best. I would look forward to watching it, and I feel like y'all went a couple times a week. But when you started doing it by yourself, I didn't think it was gonna work, Reid. I'm not gonna lie. And dude, you took this thing and just boom. And I was just like, oh, Reid is good by himself. Like, this is kind of crazy. I was shocked because it was so good with the three of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you took it and you flipped it and you made it a brand. Now going back to Lisa.
Let me tell you what was
Right, I'm
happening.
sorry.
Interrupt. What was happening on the back end? On the back end, I knew it was supposed to be me by myself, and I had actually mentioned to Vincent, probably to Lisa, but I'm sure to Vincent, especially when she left and moved out of the state. That was when I was like, okay, it's time for me to take this. I always knew it. Well, the show was always called Larry Live, so I always knew it was supposed to be me. But in my Lisa is terribly funny. We have great chemistry. Vincent, terribly funny, and we have great chemistry. I mean, in our sleep, if we are sitting together, and really to include Shamako and Kendall, it's the show that is not fake. It is just how it is. And it was so good that I was like, oh, I want everybody to see this. So that was really my doing, because neither one of them wanted to be pulled on the show. But
wow, okay.
They in fact, we would have went live every day, but it was either Vince or Lisa. Let's just not do it today. I said, no, we need to do it. It was
right.
That's what was happening on the back end. So when it fell to where both of them were gone, I did cry. Yes, I cried, and her, I'm like, I hate this so bad. But it's like I wiped my tears, changed my set and the look, and hit the. I'm gonna tell you, at that time it was 3,000 followers on YouTube, about 2,900 on Facebook. That was the last week of March 2018. In 6 months, it had grown. I forgot when I sat down, about 300% or something like that. It had grown, and now it is 200,000 people. It's almost 90,000 people on YouTube, and then 140,000 follows with about 90,000 likes on Facebook. And the reach, we've been featured everywhere. I have been featured everywhere. So it was it's amazing what happens when you begin to do exactly what it is that you're supposed to do, even if it's foolish and may feel a little weird.
Yeah.
That's a great segue, because obviously we know, personally, I didn't know Larry Reid then.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who's on social media knows who Larry Reid is now.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a testament to what you're saying as it relates to doing what you're supposed to do and being in the right place. And so when you talk about what you do now, many people will view you as somebody who only talks about bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know what I'm saying? And I know that you've heard this, and it is what it is. And I know your response. I know what it's been. It's been, hey, if they never gave me anything to talk about, I couldn't talk about it.
Yeah.
But do you ever say, is there ever a moment in a time where you're like, you know what, let me kind of pivot what I talk about or change what I talk about?
Yeah, the pastor's insightful, isn't it?
Yes, he is.
Okay, let me tell you what's so interesting. When I started Larry Live, or under the banner Larry Live, the first thing I began to talk about is how God had told me that the church needs to shift from the four walls, go beyond it, and begin to use the power of the internet. And I said the time was coming when, that was going to have to be a must. And I called the year 2020 even. So to see what is happening now, a lot of people that thought I was crazy, and I did think a little piece that I was crazy, are like, now, wow, he was ahead of the time. He's really telling us what to do. And I had to find my way and bump my head around them. And when I first did it, always been hilarious. It just wasn't in the proper space where I can talk to everybody. I was leaving church people behind, except for the people who had a palate for comedy, and so now I have conservatives. I have people that don't care nothing about Jesus. When it comes to food, music, and comedy, everybody will pay attention to it no matter what they believe. And so I had to find that out and find out. And I always teach this to people I coach: find your lure. And so I had to find my lure. My lure was comedy. And I used that to then talk about everything else. And so it was difficult to like, because my biggest stories were whenever I talked about, I remember James Hall and Kevin Bond. That was a big story. Then I talked about Lee Andrea drinking online, cussing. That was a big story. When I talked about other pastor down here that got a baby and on his wife, him and the other pastor that got a baby on his wife that's in Atlanta as well. Certain stories, when I talked about it, that's like, oh, Larry, he exposed them. Well, I can accept that. I don't have any problem with that. But the reality is, somebody else, all of those stories, somebody else done them first. But I talked about it, and when I did, it made it bigger. So I don't have any problem with that because I understand the office of the prophet as well. Because you see the prophetic in that. Because what the prophets would do, the prophets would show the sin to the house of Israel. It wasn't that the sin didn't exist and didn't nobody know. It just needed to be shown. So I'm the shower.
Wow. But with all this,
You better flip this. He flipped the messy to prophetic. Only Larry Reid can do that.
I was trying to think of a word.
You better flip it, Larry.
I was trying to think of a word that start with L so we could get rid of messy.
That's how he flipped that thing.
I would start calling him Litter Larry. He littering all over.
Now, Reid, I mean, Larry. Now, I just want to know how you a prophet and you don't know that Lisa is your soulmate, and y'all need to just go ahead and do it for a third time and like stop playing. And I got all the LRLers on here. I know they would agree with me. I met Lisa at the photo shoot. He was like, "This is my wife, Lisa." I was just like, "You with Larry? Like, how you pull that, Larry? Like, what's good?"
Did y'all hear this?
And he said, "What you mean, nigga?"
Look,
and we've been friends ever since. They have 2 beautiful children, and they have the best relationship. They're the best of friends. They've known each other since what? Middle school?
She was in 6th grade.
6th grade.
Wow.
Well,
So, I mean, just talk about that. I mean, really quick, like life after divorce twice and still being able to coexist and be friends. And do you think you guys will ever end up back together?
Yeah, Hassan. First of all, let me say this. I do know Lisa is my soulmate and my match. Lisa is basically a female version of me. If Lisa was sitting right here in this seat, y'all be laying over.
Oh, I already know.
Lisa is and it has to do with her parents was raised on one side of the street and mine on the other side of the street, you know. And then I mean, it's just it's magic, and I don't know no other way to put it, and I don't even try to figure it out. It is what it is. This is something that I do know. I do know that we are in a different place in our life now. It's a great place. I know I am enjoying where I am, and it looked like she's enjoying where she's at. I'm single for the first time in my entire life. I never have been single before, ever in my entire life, and by myself. That happened in 2017. Almost made me go crazy. I struggled with suicide during that time, you know. And where I am, man, I'm so happy and proud of myself. I've discovered my own strength. I'm able to sit in my own identity. One of the reasons why I had her and Vincent on the show was because I couldn't sit in my own greatness. And I know that sounds cliche, but that really was an issue for me. And yeah, I mean, so I'm enjoying this. And a side of me do feel like after it's all said and done, we're probably going to end the.
I know.
And I hate to say it out of my mouth because I mean, but then in the back of my mind, like, you know, eventually because they ain't no, and I was with this other chick, y'all know I was with this other chick in between that, but
yes, I know.
Which is a great connection too. We still close, but yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I do.
Lisa is watching, y'all. Cause
she is, and everybody's saying I'm putting Reid on the spot. Yeah, I always do this with them.
And when you first mentioned Lisa, she's screaming, "Don't put me in this." I can't remember the exact quote, but she already said, "What I got to do with this?"
Nah, that Kendall, that is deep. That is.
They
deep.
said three's a charm, so if y'all go ahead and do it a third time.
But it needs
I love them together. I love them together.
But you know, Hassan, it needs to happen in time. I mean,
absolutely.
It needs to happen in time because what I know about myself, I'm pretty sure she can speak the same for herself. I didn't know about myself now. I didn't know. I know what I would like, what I do want, what I want to do in my life. That was muddied up, you know, with the marriage. I needed to find some individuality, and
yeah,
most of us dudes, we don't even go through those journeys like that. I mean, we just You know, we don't go through, and I had to go through that journey in order to do what I do the way that I do. And I'm so glad that I did. And I don't want to interrupt my process or her process. And I want my children to learn all of what they're learning through this, because everybody may not know, when we broke up, she went a different way and the children went with her. And then she sent the children back to live with me. And now she's moved back to the city, actually on the 3rd level of my home. So we're in the same house.
Right.
You know,
shoot. I didn't know that, Reid.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
She moved. So she's texting from the third level. You know?
See, I know I'm on to something. It's close. It's hot. It's like hot peas and butter. You're getting hot.
And we get along. Listen, it's only thing I'm gonna do is get the camera crew. It's supposed to happen in June, but COVID messed that up. To come in here and just let y'all see. I can't explain it. It's just, it's almost all. It's no strain. It's weird because it works. It just works. I don't have no words for it. It just
that's definitely what's up. I definitely support Black Love. I look forward to seeing this. Is this going to be a reality show?
Yeah, it is.
Definitely should be. All right, before you go, Larry.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Coco, you got something else you want to
say?
No,
because I was going to ask him, with all he's got going on, what should we expect next? But you want?
Oh, okay. I can tell you some stuff. Some stuff. I can't specific. But I'm going to be in LA because I have a part on a show that has already been greenlit. And it's a recurring role, so I'll be there from the first episode to the end, and I get to play myself. When I say myself,
Larry about to get the coin for real.
Come on,
right, get the bag, Doc.
Stop.
I'm getting ready to say, look, he got a pastor. I know he got a pastor.
He need a Delaware pastor. He need one in every state.
All them
Jordan gonna get all that.
That's what I said. He got a pastor. Listen, he probably prophesied this.
Hello.
Okay, so it is. That's going to be going on, and at the same time, there are two. That that's not how the industry works. You have a whole lot of irons in the fire until you wait, but that one really has been greenlit for real. I mean, I guess it ain't for real till we own the floor acting, but it has been already greenlit by that particular network. The check has been cut to the production company. We just got to go do it. And those are legitimate. And there's a couple of plays that are popping up. Some of the people that was in Tyler Perry play, they got some spinoff stuff. And of course, this production team watches the show. They follow us, and so they want me to be in that playing a role. There's another play in Texas that I got to do, but COVID messed up. All of this was supposed to be already happening, but COVID messed all of this up because it was all slated for this year. But it's still going to happen. That's going to happen differently and take a little while. So there are a few things still happening.
So we just need to stay tuned. That's all.
Stay tuned. All right, before you go, Reid, we want to play a little game with you. Okay. So it's a game I created called Talk It, Sing It. A lot of songs, you hear them and you know the song, but without the music, if you just hear the lyrics, you just like, wait, I think I may know that song, but maybe not. So I'm gonna talk the lyrics, and then you can either sing it back or just say, what the song is.
All right.
He gotta sing. He's an artist. He gotta sing.
Sing. All right. You can shout out all you want to, because there ain't no sin in folks or getting loud. If you take the chance and do it, there ain't no one who's gonna put you down.
I'm sorry.
Because we're the party people night and day. Living crazy, that's the only way.
I don't know that.
You don't know that?
So tonight, we got to leave that 9 to 5 up on the shelf.
Hold on, this is the R&B. This is a secular.
And just enjoy yourself. Groove, let the madness in the music get to you.
I can't get it. I'm getting it.
Life ain't so bad at all.
Nancy, what's the name of this song? I don't know this song.
You do.
You do.
You know it.
I think you should go back like 2 or 3 bars for him, and he'll get it.
I don't know it. Oh, that's Michael Jackson Off the Wall. I'm so sorry.
Yes. Somebody said it.
Come on, Sean. The governor said
Gibbs.
Let me explain something now.
He doesn't put the.
Go ahead. What, you churchy?
What you talking about?
I knew it.
Paper Bible saved.
You paper Bible saved. I forgot.
It's the most secular I ever been doing this job.
Are you serious? You didn't grow up listening to secular music?
Oh no, sir. Not never been to that Reid house. I cannot. No. I got saved.
Can do too.
In fact, not Kinderline. The
Can do cell phone saved.
Yeah, digital.
Digital saved.
But let me tell you this here. If like when I'm gonna tell you this, when they done the Monica and Brandy, I didn't know Al's song.
What?
What?
You knew the boy is mine. Now you knew the boy is mine.
No, I didn't.
Did you just say you were saved back then?
I got saved in '92, and good God Almighty, I stayed saved all the way up to now. Now I started listening to I got hold of that trap music, hip hop. That stuff is I love that. Now that's just recent years.
You in Atlanta now, though, right?
Yeah, I fell into that. Damn it,
Larry. All right, let me give you a gospel song then. Jeez. All right. Here we go. If I can just make it up there, and if I can just walk through the city bright and fair, there'll probably be 1,000 things I want to tell the Lord on that day. I'll just begin to cry. You'll wipe the tears from my eyes. I'll say thanks. You'll ask why. This will be my reply.
Say the hook. Give me the words of the hook.
If I can just make it up there, and if I can just walk through the city, you know it. There'll probably be 1,000 things I want to tell the Lord on that day.
He looking at the comments.
I'll just begin to cry.
Marvin Winans.
Somebody gave it to
Winans. I don't.
It's the Winans. It's the Winans.
No,
Millions didn't make it.
No,
it ain't the lion.
The lion wine. Now, Vicky, she don't lie. Now, I can't put the lie.
Now, CC Winans, if you going to CC Winans, I'm a he's paper Bible saved. I mean,
but
he's an angel.
Oh, that's millions didn't make it. Yeah. Oh, I know that, but I'm one of the ones that did. Yeah, I know that.
Larry, I'm gonna tell you, the people who follow you don't leave you out there long at all. They typing the answers for you.
They typing it.
They said, "Come on, man."
Good boy, Larry.
Somebody was trying to text me. Marco told me.
Somebody said, "Check your phone."
Okay. Larry, check your phone. They cheating for you.
Oh, okay.
That's your real friend right there.
I get one now. I gotta get one. Come on.
Let me see. All right. Oh boy, he ain't gonna get this either. All right. Gonna cry now. Go ahead and get it out of my system. I know I hurt now, but as soon as I gotta get back to living. Can't be here next year giving you these same tears. I hope you enjoyed it because it's the last time you will take a piece of me. I start now. I don't know how I'm gonna get through it. I know right now I pray somehow because I can't do it. I can't keep living like this. There's got to be more than this. Jesus, I'm ready. I'm ready for what you have for me. Are you ready for your miracle? God's people, it's time to stand up and fight. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
I don't know this one either. Who's the artist?
This is it.
Kurt.
You ain't got in my mind anymore. This is it.
Curtis Franklin. Curtis Franklin. Clothes from the Baby Gap and from Children's Place. Yeah, I know Curtis. Yeah, I just know that part. This is it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why this.
This is it.
I guess I should have gave you Hawkins. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do one more.
Sisters.
Or the Clark sisters. One more.
Okay.
One more.
All right, I'm listening.
All right. And I never thought I'd feel this way. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to say that I do believe I love you. And if I should ever go away, well, then close your eyes and try to feel the same way we do today. And then if you can remember, keep smiling.
Oh, keep smiling. No,
You can
always
always
count
count
on
on
me.
me.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Come on, somebody.
That's what friends are for. See?
And that time
I'll be on your side. Yeah, sing it, Reid.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. That's what friends are for.
Okay. Hallelujah. He got range.
His blood vessels just popped.
Slain in the spirit.
No.
Yeah. I ain't messing with literally.
Nasty vibratos, that.
Nasty vibrato.
Yeah,
Oh, Reid.
I'm messing with y'all too.
Reid.
Oh my
Reid,
God.
you are really paper Bible saved. This
I'm
man
trying
said
to
he
tell
knew no Brandy or Monica. That is craziness.
I didn't know one song. Not one.
Oh, gosh.
I'm trying to tell you. That took me up. Who
That's
that Dionne Warwick?
crazy.
Dionne Warwick.
That's crazy.
Dionne Warwick.
Yeah, Dionne Warwick, Gladys Knight. It's
You know-
appropriate for Sunday. So, are you going to be watching the Versus battle on Sunday?
That shows my name is what it is.
As what it is.
I so shall.
Ooh,
I love Gladys' voice is
Yes, sir.
See?
Me
That's
too.
what I was saying.
Me too.
soul tree.
Everybody's screaming Patty, but I love. I
So
think it's because it's
Gladys,
passed down from my mom. My mom
I
loves Patty.
love it.
it's
Well, you know, let me tell you something. The tambourine players like Patti LaBelle.
Mm.
They always like horn instead of the other singers in the Clark sisters, because they like the high. See, sopranos. The men that sing soprano, they tend to like Patti LaBelle. And they like her heels, they like her wigs, and they like her eyelashes and makeup.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry.
May the Lord watch.
Oh, Reid.
not.
Really?
Oh gosh, we want to thank our special crazy darn guest, Larry Reid, for joining us at Root Access
Oh,
Live.
Lord, I did good.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Lord. Thank y'all so much for having me. I hope y'all ain't lost none of your followers.
No. It looked like we gained a whole lot. But I need all of y'all. Look,
like and subscribe.
all y'all LRLers, we not competing no way with Pastor Reid. All right,
Follow
you can
us.
go to him on Monday and come see us on Thursday.
Every
All right.
Thursday.
We done had Rodney Jerkins. We done had Coco. We done had Benjamin Crump. We done had so many people. So I don't think Reid mind sharing y'all with us. If he goes live on Thursday, y'all go to him. But he's on Monday. Come to us on Thursday because y'all showed up and showed out. So we definitely appreciate it.
I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't offend nobody. I'm just cutting up this comedy. You can't wear your feelings on your shoulder. You can't do that.
No, you good.
No.
I love your transparency. We appreciate you. Hopefully you could come back another time and give us some more of the tea.
I
Yeah,
will.
man.
I will. I definitely will. Thank you so
That's
much.
my guy.
And Hassan, let me
Appreciate
say this to you. I enjoyed you, Coco. Enjoyed you, Pastor Jinx. But I want to say this to Root. Root Magazine Hassan treated Larry Reid as an indie artist with just as much respect because I had the numbers. He respected me just like he did everybody else. When he brought all the who's who in, he didn't care that I won in the clique. He said, no, his music is here, so he belongs here. And he treated me properly. So I won't never forget that, Hassan.
Oh man, thank you, man. Absolutely, man. I always tell people you my guy, even those who don't like you. I
Yeah.
always stand up for Reid.
Yeah, that's good. And yeah, that's good. You tell them niggas I don't give a what if they don't like me. Tell them I don't care nothing about them.
We know, Reid.
I had a good time with you tonight. Let me tell
Oh
you.
Lord.
What?
I'm just
Coco.
glad I all love them. What's the little short girl, JoJo, the little short light skinned girl? Isn't it JoJo?
JoJo.
You know,
JoJo.
I always liked her, but I know because she represented people that I dragged. But it wasn't my fault. I just had to do my job. Well,
No, JoJo's my girl.
You tell her I love her.
I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell her as soon as we hang up.
Okay,
Just like that.
All right.
All right, man. Thanks, Reid.
See you later.
See y'all.
Good night.
Oh man.
Y'all, I'm over here I was over here crying. I didn't even want to wipe my eye because I don't want to mess up my eyeliner. He is a whole mess. That's why I said I couldn't even find I had to find a letter other than M to go other than messy. Literary is what I'm calling her. But thank you all tonight. Yo, that was a bomb show. It's been another good show. Noble dialogue, decent vibes, excessive energy. Thank you all for tuning in, and definitely a special thanks to the Bishop of social media, Larry Reid, for engaging with us tonight. See you all next Thursday at 7 p.m. for more good conversation and hot topics.
Make sure y'all follow all of y'all. Follow us.
Follow.